What's up, guys? This is NLW bringing you another discussion video. Before I get started, be sure to watch my video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit up the notification bell. Follow me on Twitter, RisingFlame2011. Check out my these videos. I do have playlists. Be sure everything you've said, it does help a lot. I always appreciate the support and feedback. Now, there's been a reason why I have not been recording, and that is because I have fallen ill 3 days ago, two and a half days ago. I started getting a sore throat and have not been feeling very good since. It has been very difficult to sleep at night, and I have mentioned that I wanted to be 100% before I recorded again, but I know my last couple of videos that I've uploaded have not done very good, which I'm very surprised because normally I get a lot of views, way more than I should. I'm not 100%, you guys can clearly hear I'm still sniffling my nose, my ears plugged, I've been coughing a lot today, I've been sneezing a lot, it's just been horrible. Ran a fever of 101.3 this morning. I really didn't know. I didn't think I would even be recording this video tonight. And I'm kind of hoping it does get attention because this is kind of an important video. But yeah, that's the reason why I haven't been recording, is I have not been 100%. And that's also another thing too, is the coughing, and it's really been aggravating me today. I've utterly have hated it. So tonight's video is going to be about another character that I'm sure you guys have already seen on my Twitter page, that I've been talking about here recently, and is kind of a bit of a shock, if you can say that. I mean, to me it is, because nobody's seen it coming. And it's not about Daisy, even though I do miss talking about Princess Daisy. You know, my favorite Mario characters are Daisy, Toad, Mario, Bowser Jr., and Yoshi. But I have another one. Besides just those 5, I have a 6th favorite Mario character, and is one of those characters that could sneak their way up the list methodically, and it is quite surprising when even I started noticing the change. And you know, it was very, very surprising. Like, you would have never heard me talk about this character ever, but it also turns out that this was the only female Mario character that I've never have really hated. It's just been average, because I wasn't a big fan of Birdo back in the day. I still hate Peach. I do not like her. She's useless. I've never been a fan of Rosalina. And I used to hate Daisy back in the day, probably because I hated princesses. But obviously that's changed with Princess Daisy, and how much I like talking about her and sharing my thoughts and words and what I have to say about my favorite Nintendo character. That is a human. If you thought I was going to say Victini, he's not a human. He's a rabbit. So She's also still my favorite princess in Mario. But yeah, this character debuted in their first game, was in Double Dash as well, sharing the same first appearance as Bowser Jr. And this character has been a lucky charm already with, I did a 12 custom race Grand Prix, and 3 of the 12 races, could have been 4, I won the race by getting a last lap pass on the last turn in the back half of the field. And have won twice on Super Mario Party Jamboree, and by getting a total of 17 stars in just 2 rounds, including the last round that I have played as this character. I got stars on 6 consecutive turns, as in 6 in a row. And this character is my mom's favorite character in the Mario series, and that is Toadette. A very surprising pick. I am really sorry, by the way. I said I was not 100%. I hate being ill so much. It sucks. But yes, Toadette has really already been like a big lucky charm for me. Like, what am I gonna do with this little gal? Like, she's already been amazing. I feel as if I should main her completely, but I don't want to take that away from Daisy, and I don't want to take that away from my mom, because my mom loves Toadette more than any Mario character in the series, in the franchise. So I don't want to take it away. That's the biggest conflict, is I've been playing amazing with Toadette, but my mom loves playing as Toadette all the time. So it gets very difficult to even just get a chance to play as her, because my mom is always picking her. So it's hard to get around to playing as Toadette when I'm playing with other people. But when I'm by myself, it's a pretty easy decision. It's gonna now really be between, Daisy and Toadette, I still love Daisy more. There's no question. But Toadette is definitely a lot better of a character than I really thought out. Back in the day, I just used to think that she was just average. She wasn't anything special, but she wasn't anything bad. Whereas I hated Peach, I hated Daisy, I hated Rosalina, I did not like Birdo. I've never really been a fan of Pauline either. Like, realistically, the only 2 female Mario characters that I actually enjoy is Daisy and Toadette. Like, to be honest, did I ever think that I would have Toadette as one of my favorite Mario characters ever? No. I really did not. But as I have kept you guys updated with my list of top 25 characters, you will have noticed that Toadette has been there at least twice, and she's back in it again for a 3rd time. She's got plenty of potential to make it up higher than just 25th, which she still currently sits. Do I think she's top 25 worthy? Definitely. Top 15? maybe. Top 10, a little on the lower side. Top 5, not very likely at all. It's gonna be hard to beat like Knights, Blaze, Weavile, Victini, and Toon Link. It's gonna be very difficult to beat them. But Toadette is a very good character, I'll say. I remember her from her Double Dash days. I never played as her. I would only really play as Yoshi. But obviously I had to pick a second driver because in Double Dash, my favorite video game of all time, just slightly better than GT4 by the closest of margins, I would have to always pick another driver. Now, obviously, I'm not going to remember who I picked because the only one I remember picking was Yoshi. I don't remember. It's been too long. But Toadette has honestly really surprised myself. And I caught my mom and sister off a bit because they were not expecting it. Like, they couldn't believe how much luck I was having. Like, Toadette really is my lucky charm. Can I keep it that way? I really hope so, because I'd love to keep winning with Toadette, because I also really have interacted with some nice Toadette fans already. And I've got one that follows me, too, which is nice. Always like interacting with different people from, like, stay in the one series, but interact with a different character fan base. Like, I used to be with, like, the Daisy fan base. I left that a long time ago. Not because I hate Daisy, because I absolutely don't. But there were just certain people, not going to say names, that I really could have cared less about. And, you know, the whole stuff with the skin tone stuff with Daisy. Yeah, that's what did it for me. Like, it's stupid. Like, who cares? Like, a tan... You're still white if you're tan. I mean, I'm not going to show it, but my arms and legs are tan because of all the sun that I've hit up from my walks during, like, springs and summers. I'm still technically white because, yeah, I have the tans, but that doesn't change my skin color at all. I was just saying that as an example as well. That's kind of why I left the Daisy community. But I may be on track to be joining a Toadette community. Because so far, I've met quite a few Toadette fans. And that's really pleasant. And that's what I always like to see. You know, always getting along with a fan base. And it feels wonderful. Like I said, I'm sorry that I'm not 100%, but this illness just came, and it came pretty hard, and my weight has tremendously dropped. Before I even started to become ill, I was at like 143, and I have dropped all the way down to 140.2. An illness will kill your weight, and it really does show, because when you're sick, you do not want to do anything. You do not want to eat, you do not want to get up, you do not want to drink, you don't want to go outside, you don't want to go anywhere. But you know, personally, under this illness, I have tried keeping my happiness as high as I can be, because, to be honest, Daisy and Toadette have kept me happy, because, you know, two Mario characters I love. I think it's safe to say that Toadette has established herself as a great character and a very loved character as well. And finding out that she was in Super Mario Bros. Wonder, I ended up crossing out Sonic Riders, or Sonic Unleashed, I mean, for just that game, so I could play as either Daisy or Toadette. Now, I know I have New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, and I know Toadette's a playable character in that game, but I do not feel like playing through U Deluxe again, because that game, man, I can't tell you guys how many times I wanted to give up on that game because it was so irritating. With some of the special worlds, with some of the star coins, and not dying. It was very, very stressful, especially Pendulum Castle. That level, that level took me almost 2 hours to complete with Mario. And that's just one level. With Toadette, it was a bit easier, but it still did take me quite a bit. I did eventually get past it, but I had to go back because I missed the last star coin. But I got it eventually. I had a playthrough of Mario, I had a playthrough of Toadette. That Toadette playthrough, by the way, was so old. Like, that playthrough was probably as old as I've had the game. It is so old. It was so old. And I never went back to finish it until just a couple of weeks ago, when I went on to finish it. I don't plan on playing through the game again, but I am glad to see Toadette and Daisy in the same game, because as far as I know, in a mainline Mario game, Toadette and Daisy have never been together. I'm not going to ship them because that would be ridiculous. And it would be really awkward. And I would not approve. Would I think they'd be great friends? Obviously. I mean, their interactions are always so great towards one another. But I have already stated, if I do get Double Dash again, the two characters that I will be playing most, probably about 95% of the time, will be Toadette and Daisy. And it's really not contested, because Toadette has established herself as a great character. You know, I wish I would have noticed a lot of these characters sooner, like Knights and Blaze and Victini and Toadette, a lot sooner, because they are all really great. Hopefully I can keep the magic charm of Toadette up and up and up and up every time I play as her, whether it's Mario Kart or Mario Party. I hope I can keep that up, because I've had a blast, honestly. And even in Mario Kart Tour, I bought her Sailor alt. I already like it. But as I said earlier in this video, Toadette is not going to pass Daisy, but Toadette will be the number 2. If I need a backup, Toadette is going to be the one I'm going to. Pretty substantially easy. A very easy decision. So, that is pretty much gonna about wrap it up for this video. Again, sorry I'm not 100%, but I kind of miss recording, and I've cleared out a little bit of space on my phone to record a video. And as of tonight, I am feeling slightly better, but definitely got a ways to go before I'm even 100%. But I will keep you guys updated on how I'm feeling. I have yet to touch a gaming console this week. Well, I actually haven't touched one in about close to a week because, you know, I really been watching football the whole time. And then this cold came in about 3 days ago, and I've not touched anything. I've tried to keep my hands off as many things as I've been able to keep the germs away, so that way nobody else gets caught up with it, and I really don't want that, even if it's somebody I don't like. But Toadette has made me feel pretty happy, and kind of been reason why I've been in a good mood is I have enjoyed talking about Toadette here. You know, we know I love talking about Daisy. But what about Toadette? How much have I really enjoyed talking about Toadette? Well, it's been kind of a Toadette takeover on Twitter. But my header is Toadette and Daisy from Double Dash, so the perfect combination right there. And hopefully someday I actually get to do it. Do that combination that now I've been longing for almost 2 decades. Almost about a decade and a half. It needs to come to an end, and I want it so bad. It will happen, guys. Mark my words. I actually have enough money to get it. And you can already just see the look on my face that you know how much it would mean to me if I got the game again. And since I'm not 100%, I am not going to be reenacting Daisy and Toadette's voice from the game. It's probably for the best, because I tried it a couple days ago and it was pretty bad. It was not very good. There's no way I could do it. I'm good at voice acting some characters, but not very many. But anyway, that's gonna about wrap it up for this video. So if you guys did enjoy this video, despite me not being 100% and me being pretty ill, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit up the notification bell, follow me on Twitter at RisingFlame2011. Still been getting some new followers here. We're at 557. Let's keep it going. Let's get to 600. Be sure to check out my YouTube videos. I do have playlists, and be sure to do everything I just said. It does help out a lot. I always appreciate the support and feedback. So, with that, this is NLW saying, catch you guys in the next one.